Associates PA, we're dedicated to providing insurance solutions for individuals, families, and businesses throughout Brevard and Indian River counties. As an independent insurance agency with access to multiple national carriers and established resources, we'll help you build customized solutions to meet your unique needs.
What they offer is in line with what we were looking for. They would provide us with pros and cons on each one of the options. They left the decision up to us. We've been very happy with it.
Call or visit us today at Borde and Associates PA.
Well, today we have a great guest of ours, a familiar guest, who's going to be talking all things insurance, Corrie Borde from Borde and Associates. Corrie, thank you for taking time here with Space Coast Daily.
Thanks for having me, Zach.
First off, how you been, and how have things been going? It's been a little while.
It's been great. Been keeping busy.
It's getting hot right now.
Yeah.
We're enjoying the Florida heat now. This is where it really starts kicking in, right? So one of the things we're going to talk about here today is we're going to be talking health insurance, and you're going to be health insurance for businesses.
Correct.
And we're going to be talking a little bit about health insurance with businesses. And if you don't know Corrie Borde is at 1900 South Harbor City Boulevard, Suite 328 in Melbourne, Florida. That phone number for Corrie Borde and Associates, in case you have any questions or you want to reach out to Corrie and maybe follow up with him on a potential maybe deal with Corrie, 321-252-2340. Once again, that number is 321-252-2340. Or you can also visit his website at baapa.us, and you'll be able to find out more information and all the great services that they provide there at Borde and Associates. All right, Corrie, well, we're going to dive right into it. Tell me a little bit what you got on the plan here today. What are we going to be discussing with health insurance for businesses?
So, health insurance for businesses. Groups of different sizes, small, medium, large. We could actually service groups as small as 2 individuals that are not married. Mm-hmm. Okay. With respect, there are a lot of options available today. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to go over briefly 4 different options. First of all, we have your traditional fully insured plans. But I'm going to break it down just a little bit more as far as where premiums go when we pay into health insurance. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and by the way, I don't see what I do as selling. I see what I do as helping, community.
Absolutely.
Right? So I try to take a logical approach. We do fact finding. We look at the particular budget that the employer may have in mind, et cetera, to help recommend certain plans. Mm-hmm. Also in that space with business or group health insurance, we pretty much work with every major carrier, mm-hmm. okay, in the industry. So coming back to how the premiums are, or which funds the premiums are allocated to within insurance. Some of your premium go into what's called the claims fund, mm-hmm. and that takes care of small claims, like the doctor visits,
Yep.
Those sort of small claims. Then we have stop loss. That's also considered a reinsurance, mm-hmm. which takes care of the larger claims, the operations, the large procedures, etc. Okay? And then, of course, you have the admin fees. Mm-hmm. So in the fully insured world, basically everything that you pay in, it goes into, let's say, you having that plan or the business having that plan, and there are no rebates mm-hmm. in respect, okay? That's a traditional, health insurance that even us as individuals mm-hmm. pay, okay? We don't really see anything back if we don't use certain things, okay?
Right.
So that is one platform. Another platform is what is called level funded. It's also known as a self-insured program. Mm-hmm. And with respect to that platform, the employer could receive a rebate at the end of what's called a run-out period.
Okay.
So think about it like this: you typically have health insurance for 12 months at a time. Okay? So at the 12-month anniversary, there is another 3 months, and that's what's called a run-out period, and that is where the insurance carrier would, let's say, make sure that all outstanding claims are settled, okay? And with that level-funded platform, a percentage up to the full amount, depending on what program you're on or which insurance carrier you're with,
Right.
would be rebated back to, in the small claims fund,
Okay.
would be rebated back to the employer, okay? And by the way, the employer doesn't just like keep that money, right?
Right.
There are laws around it. So the employer has to utilize that rebate to contribute to future health insurance, okay? Which helps the whole business, right? Because as an employee, you would, of course, like premiums to go down.
Right.
Okay. It also promotes having a healthier work environment.
Yeah.
Right? Because if the insurance isn't used a lot, then there technically should be more funds available in that small claims fund
Right.
to be rebated.
Right.
Okay. Outside of those two platforms, the other two, because at first I said we're going to discuss 4 different options, right? So the other two, one is called a Qusehra, which is QSEHRA,
Okay.
and that stands for Qualified Small Employer Health Reimbursement Arrangement. Okay, and that is where the employees could actually choose marketplace plans. Okay, and the employer, based on their budget, could help with those premiums. Okay, so again, at the beginning of the whole process with fact finding, I would collect a group census, also know what budget that we're working with per employee.
Yeah.
Right, to be able to again make certain recommendations. The Qusehra, again, we could help the employees on an individual family basis shop within the marketplace.
Right.
Okay, and there are certain calculators and worksheets that we perform that's in line with the program, and based on the budget that the employer has, to make sure it's a good fit for both parties, both the employee and the employer. Okay, and then the 4th option is what's called the ICHRA, which is ICHRA, which is the Individual Coverage Health Reimbursement Arrangement. Okay?
Okay.
And that is where now we could use a combination of whether it's a fully insured or a self or level funded program, what we
Right.
first discussed, and the marketplace. So if let's say participation is met within the fully funded or level funded program, but there are still some personnel that may be riding the fence, or
Right.
we could combine them. We could offer both.
Okay.
The ICHRA allows us where some employees could utilize the marketplace plan, and then some employees could utilize the group plan.
Okay.
So there's a lot of flexibility within that respect.
Do you find one that is more common and that people are choosing right now over one over the other?
It boils down
Depend-
to, it depends on budget. The fully funded or level funded route, those two routes, you would find more programs available. Okay, so for example, with the major carriers, when I run a proposal, we may have at least 50, 60, 70, 80 plans per carrier.
Yeah.
Right, where what you'll find too is that the marketplace plans, especially in Brevard County, they're mostly HMO plans. One of the carriers offer a PPO platform, which would allow you to go in and out of the network, which would offer the most flexibility, but only one carrier offers that in Brevard County.
Okay.
Okay, whereas looking at the fully or the level funded programs, you have more options available with respect to the PPO plans,
Okay.
which would give the most flexibility.
Okay.
Yeah.
For people that maybe independent contractors, maybe they aren't with an actual business or that offers insurance, do you guys help people with that as well?
Yes,
those
yes,
people-
definitely. We work with individuals, families, and businesses of all sizes.
Great stuff. If you're just tuning in here, we're here with Corrie Borde from Borde and Associates. We're talking health insurance for businesses right now. And if you want to be able to reach out to Corrie Borde, you can go and call his phone number at 321-252-2340, or you can also visit his website at baapa.us. That is his website, and you can go there and you can see all the great services that they provide here. And today we are talking health insurance for businesses. And do you have a question for Corrie Borde, you can go ahead and you can leave a comment in the comment section here. We are on Facebook and YouTube, so if you want to be able to leave a question, Corrie or one of the members of his team will go out and they will answer any questions that you may have over there as well. And we may just even mention it on live stream. Corrie, one of the questions that I have is there a certain time frame that people need to register for or to get registered for health insurance? What's the time frame on that?
So the great thing with group or business health insurance is that there's no, let's say, particular special enrollment period. So a group could introduce health insurance benefit at any time during the year.
And that's different for individuals.
Correct, yes. So for individuals, we have a certain enrollment period. Usually runs November 1st to January 15th of the following year.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing, I should mention, whichever size group, I call it a positive expense, right? Because it is an expense to the company, which of course they may have certain tax benefits with respect to that. I'm not a CPA, but but yeah, they may have certain tax benefits with respect to having the benefit, but also it helps retain personnel, and it also helps in the hiring process. I mean, it's a valuable asset to have, to a business, and also, I mean, we want to have, or the personnel, the employees that work for us, we want to have them, let's say, more healthy, because there's maybe less downtime, less days off of work, things of that nature, right? So it's great to at least...
It mitigates future costs too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's great to at least bare minimum have the yearly preventive checkups done. And by the way, with all credible coverage plans, whether it's fully insured, the Casera, the ICRA, the level funded programs, there's zero copays for what's considered preventive based on gender, age, right? Based on gender and age. So it's one of the major reasons, and just talking in general, why health insurance premiums are rising, not just because of inflation, but is also because of, like, there are more cases of cancer, for example, right? Do you know that I believe there's a 15% increase in cancer for people under the age of 40, I believe it is. It's 15%, right?
Yeah.
That's why things like colonoscopies used to be a preventive procedure at age 50, but now it's 45.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So what this, let's say, personnel, employees, whatever, having at least their preventives done on schedule every year could help catch things, right?
Yeah.
And before it becomes more terminal, right? Which overall would help reduce our health insurance cost.
Absolutely. Getting out ahead of it is the best way to do it, and to make sure that you're covered. It'll help you when unfortunately, if that time does come, it can help you very well financially. And, I think a big thing is that when you get into those situations, you just want to be taken care of and you want to beat the thing right away and you want to be able to get out ahead of it. And adding more stress from a financial standpoint doesn't help if you're having to worry about the financials of certain situations, and getting out ahead of it and making sure you're covered is very important.
Yes, and great point. So basically, you have peace of mind.
Exactly,
Yeah.
which is priceless in many ways.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, thank you very much, Corrie Borde, and that was a great, more information about health insurance and businesses. They also do a bunch of other things at Borde and Associates, too. You can go right on their website, and you can see everything that they have to offer, and if you have questions, you can go and reach out to them on their website or at their phone number. And that phone number, one more time, is 321-252-2340, 321-252-2340.